chat is working. Wait, what? Here we go. Let's see. Is the chat going? Hey guys. Hey Steven, how are you? Hi Michelle. Hey AJ Huffman, how are you? Okay. So it looks like the chat is working. I have somebody viewing me on YouTube, so that means YouTube's working. I'm not shaved. Look at how scraggly I look. How's everybody tonight? What's going on? Hey Tammy Sylvester, how are you? How was Harry Styles? Did you watch him last night? I don't have NBC. I have CBS for Big Brother. And I went and I got CBS All Access, and then I realized they just put it on sale on Amazon to just buy the season of Big Brother, so I have to undo CBS All Access and just buy the season. Hey Glenda, how are you? Hey Sarah. The show was hot, or you're hot? Is it hot in Indiana? It's hot as hell here, I can tell you that. We're supposed to get, they're threatening a 40% chance of lightning and rain, but it's only going to go till about 8. But it hasn't started raining yet. We could use the rain. But it's really hot. Oh, he is hot, isn't he? I love him. He's a guilty pleasure of mine, for sure. Yeah, he is. I love his new album. It's so good. I mean, both albums are really good, but I really love the new one. I was just thinking about that album the other day. Like, I stopped listening to it. It's 67? Where are you, Glenda? Are you on the East Coast, like in Massachusetts? Because Andrew was saying it was about the same there. It's 75 in Indiana. That's not too bad. Oh, you're in New Mexico. Nice. Taos is supposed to be beautiful. I've never been to New Mexico. I would love to go to like Albuquerque and Santa Fe and Taos. It'd be really cool. I wonder how far New Mexico is from here, because I'm down in lower Texas. I forgot today was Sunday. Andrew had to remind me today when I was talking to him. He was like, yeah, today's Sunday. I was like, oh shit. So I totally forgot. What have you guys been up to? And if anybody wants a charming, speak up. As far as if you need the link, I put the link in the chat if you want to buy a charming. If not, I'll just sign off in a little bit. I'm just getting on because it's Sunday. Oh, that's cool, Glenda. Well, maybe I will. Right now I'm trying to sort everything out here, plus travel, pets, all that sort of stuff. It's like travel's not really a possibility. Hey Ellen, hi from Ohio. Thanks for the hi from Ohio. Speaking of pets, here comes the dog. Hi, Booger. What's up? He's all mad. He's like, why'd you come in here? They were all laying on top of me. That's why I was late getting here. I wanted to be on at 6. Oh, he ghosted you, Tammy? I'm sorry. And maybe it's for the best. Because it wasn't bringing you anything but headache, it seemed like. Bring your babies. I've got a lot of babies. Too many. 3 cats and 3 dogs. It's like I'm a crazy cat dog lady. Oh, I've done nothing all day today. I've been that lazy. Tammy. Screw him, I'm done. You know, sometimes you have to step away so that they can realize what they've lost, I guess, right? I'm gonna get some pets. You know, that's one thing I gotta say that's made this whole quarantine experience bearable is that the animals are here, to be honest. I would be way more lonelier if I didn't have the animals. Like, way more lonelier. I mean, I'm lonely as it is, even with the animals a little bit. But, I mean, I have certain people that I talk to regularly and stuff, but it's a weird thing that I'm just kind of by myself. So the animals definitely help. They give me a focal point, they keep me grounded, they keep me focused, and then they also just are always there for me to love, and they love me back no matter what. So they're kind of great in that regard. Yes, unconditional love, exactly. 2 cats, 1 dog is about the size. One, the dog is the size of a rat. Oh, Sarah, it's $25. If you hit the Linktree link, you go to my PayPal and you pay $25, and then that gets you a charming. And then you tell me that you've paid me, and then I pick or you pick the topic, and then I'll do the charming. Hey, Jackie from New Jersey, how are you, dear? But yeah, so my dogs have been laying around all day making me lazy. Oh, damn. I need to stop yawning. I do need some fun, though, I feel like. It's been a little while. I mean, I like to travel, and I don't necessarily like to be away from the pets for very long, but I do like traveling, and I haven't gone anywhere since last February, so it would be nice to just go somewhere to get, like, out of town, but there's nowhere to really go with all the different precautions in place. I mean, it's doable, but it just doesn't seem like it would be fun. It wouldn't be the same, you know? But who knows? We might have a year or two more of this. Sorry, guys. I have not. Stephen asks, do I ever get back down to PV? I have not gone back down since I left a year ago. I call down a lot. I talk to my neighbor. She's taking care of my property down there, but and I have renters right now, so that's how I'm sort of able to afford to kind of get by each month is because I'm collecting rents down there. So I haven't been down since I left about a year ago. Hey, Jamie Taylor, how are you? But I talked to some of my friends down there. They said that it's okay. It's a little bit, things are quieter for sure. There's still people going down to like vacation and stuff because you can kind of go down there and chill on the beach, and the restaurants are open during the days and stuff like that. So I guess the bar scene and all of that. Not that I was big on the bar scene when I lived down there, but it's pretty different. Like it's not as crazy as it used to be. But it's also low season right now, like what they call low season. So usually the tourism isn't very high during this time because it's hot and rainy down there. But oh, you did send? Okay, let me. Awesome, Sarah. Thank you. All right, so what topic do you want your charming to be on, Sarah? If things get crazy here in America, I may go back down there. I don't know. I don't know that I want to, but if I have to, I will. Just if you let me know what subject matter you want me to charm on, Sarah, I can do it for you. Or if you just want it like open, like general, you can do it just a general charming. On anything? Okay, we'll just do general. I'm going to switch cameras for you really quick. Give me one moment. And let's see what comes up for Sarah. All right, so we have an H, an E, an A C, and we have an E. The total for the numbers on these values of letters is 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, which would boil down numerologically to a 1. It says like he ace, right? But I don't know why it's making me think of headache. Like almost if there was a D, I would take it as a headache. Like, and I kind of feel like maybe headache is the word that's trying to come through in these words. I don't know why. Partially, I feel like things are maybe a little bit wonky for you right now, Sarah. And I'm gonna just say this: like these three stones going forward are all flipped over, and I just feel like there's something that's being kind of maybe troublesome for you and possibly for your family. And the reason why is because the family charm is here. It is face up, but it's upside down. And so to me, it's you got the family charm plus the married charm. And I feel like this is you, Sarah. I feel like this is you sort of maybe not being acknowledged or seen the way you need to be seen or treated the way you deserve to be treated. And I think that it's also maybe happened to your family in some way. Not that you're allowing it, but you're trying to kind of keep them safe from it or put a stop to it is kind of the feeling I get because this is up in the higher mind. It's also in the past, like it's maybe we've made decisions in the past to sort of protect the family from situations that aren't necessarily helping, right? And you've been willing to sort of, I feel like maybe sacrifice yourself a little bit in the process. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's kind of like you're almost, I get the feeling that you're putting yourself behind the needs of the family and what is most important there. You've had some low-grade headaches lately. Well, that might be it. I don't know why, but I just feel like this needs. If we had a H and a D and then another A, it'd be perfect. But I just feel like there needs to be like I feel like they're trying to say headache. I don't know why. But anyways, so getting into this, let's look at what these three charms are across here because I feel like this is stuff that you have access to that's not you're not really able to access, and I feel like we need to kind of move it into the future or there's something needs to click into place. So this is you can if you think you can. Sorry it's backwards on the screen, but this is dead in the center, and it being flipped over like that feels to me like there might be some, I wouldn't say your own pessimistic thinking, but maybe situations leading up to now have kind of gotten in the way of you believing in yourself, right? Or having that full ability. You do have strength and grace. That's Mary here. To me, she's the epitome of motherhood, this ideal sort of woman, right? She's got grace, she has strength, she's spiritual, she's connected, she's sort of centered and all of that sort of stuff. Here she's sideways, so to me it feels like you might be getting I don't know, I don't want to say denied, but like maybe not acknowledged or honored in the way that you deserve to be in sort of situations that have been happening up until now. I feel like you are getting to a better place with that. Like I feel like she's kind of righting herself. Do you see what I'm saying? And standing up on her own 2 feet. And I feel like you've made the choices that around, like in your higher mind, around the family. Down here in the lower, which is the subconscious. Wait, what's this saying? That's my love life soul family. Good afternoon. Oh, hey Claudette. She came to me in a dream recently. I'm not sure. So this is the Our Lady of Lourdes heart. Again, very feminine in nature and strength and spiritual. It's face down and upside down. And this is in the present time, like sort of what I would consider the present time subconscious mind. It makes me wonder, like, if you're having any sort of issues around letting maybe people in, trusting people, allowing them to let me just look at this really quick. So this is believe in your dreams, and then we have this and this is serenity in the future. This just says you betcha up here, and then we have wisdom, even though wisdom is kind of upside down, but that's okay. I don't feel like that really has much of a bearing. I feel like there's wisdom and serenity coming in the future. I feel like when I'm looking at this, I feel like as I'm looking at this, with these 3 originally flipped over like that, I feel like this is a progression, like we're walking upstairs, right? We're getting to this place where things are gonna smooth out and get easier. Hi Francine, things will get easier as you move into the future. They'll get more serene and more balanced. You have the 3rd chakra here, which to me speaks to this idea of kind of managing your own energy and running it, but you're not there yet. But there's going to be something about manifestation and working with that chakra coming up in the future. But you need to believe that you can get there. I believe that you are beginning to understand that, and that's sort of why we're moving away from whatever has happened in the past that hasn't necessarily been serving you or feeling like you're being denied. And this here, I think, has to do with some of it, this idea of sort of deep down, maybe there's places where we've been hurt or we've kind of protected our heart, our center, our spiritual knowledge, who we are, what we stand for. You are standing true in it. There's a truth with Mary too that I feel like you're trying to commit to. And as you do that, you're going to start to believe more and believe that if you think you can, you will, like you can. And then like this believing in your dreams brings you to this place of serenity where you can actually start to manifest those dreams. It says, yes, a lot was cleared recently. And I feel like you're sort of responsible for that clearing. You might have made choices where you've had to let people go or situations go. But you've done it for the right reasons is my feeling when I'm looking at these charms. And then there's this sort of progression that I see through these glass beads that they move towards this serenity in the future, which is also it's a green, on that green color, which represents sort of healing to me. Green can also represent money. And I feel like there's an opportunity here to like trust the wisdom of our higher mind in the future and create the space that we really want for ourselves. And this you betcha also speaks to the positivity and the optimism that comes along with all of this. So, and when I think about headaches, you're saying you had low-grade headaches recently. When I think about this could be sort of symbolic of headaches, but I also think that this might be the cutting away of sort of the headaches or issues that have maybe been bothering you in the past, and really kind of walking away from them, making a concerted effort to walk away from them and walk towards something that's better for you, right? Walk towards something that is more in line with who you are, what you want, what you desire, what your dreams are. It's better for you and your family is the feeling that I get. Or at least that's the focus. Does that make sense? And this charm here, even though everything's like flipped over, I think that they are flipped over because you're still working your way towards bringing them into reality. Oh, thank you, Glenda. You'll go up next, dear. I just saw your payment come through. Yes, tainted cycles had to be broken. And I believe that's a good way to put it, tainted cycles. And I feel like you are moving away from them. Okay, travel next month for Glenda. All right, we will see if that shows up in the charms. But to me, it feels like you are going to work towards what it is you desire, and be able to get clear on that, and you're going to have the strength to do it. You also have to trust the, like, sort of the, I feel like the purity of your heart down here. This is about sort of maybe the relationship between these two charms and how they sort of come together. Right? How she sort of stands in the center there. That's how I kind of see them, as they sort of need to be. As you center in that power of, like, you know, your sort of feminine grace and knowledge, your spiritual connection, your higher self, all of that sort of stuff, and you bring that through subconsciously. Trust that more, embrace that more. You're going to believe that you can, and as you believe that, you start to believe your dreams, you start to create that serenity, you start to utilize that wisdom, the positivity kicks in, then you start working through your third chakra to start to manifest those things that you really want and desire. So keep on this path is kind of the feeling that I want to say for you. I feel like there's really good things to come as long as you remain positive. Believe in yourself. And also your connection to spirit. Believe in that too, because this Lady of Lourdes and Mary also are very spiritually connected. Like, I feel like guides and signs and all that stuff is around you. Because that's the whole story around the Lady of Lourdes, the young girl who saw Mary in the grotto in Lourdes, France. So again, we have another Mary reference in this heart too. Any timing? I don't see anything here specific to timing. I mean, I feel like as far as getting out there and believing in yourself, the faster you do that, the faster things move. We can always affect timing. I don't think timing is necessarily predetermined. I think this has to do with your own spirit and your own spiritual connection to yourself, what you trust and what you don't. If your mind is undermining you or getting in the way, the sooner you can kind of clear that out of the way, the faster this is going to move. I feel like once it starts to kick off, it feels like these three kind of come one right after the other, right? And it's just a matter of climbing up the stairs, so to speak, because I see these as sort of like stair steps. But it's almost to me like I feel like you already have it within you. It's just a matter of how soon are you going to trust it. That's getting this heart down in the subconscious to kind of connect with, resonate with, trust, believe, and operate from. So I don't think that there's necessarily a specific timing like, oh, it's going to be better in 6 months. It could be better in 3 months if you focus on it. And it looks like you are in the pursuit of that. If you want to take a screenshot of this. Oh, Ellen Jane, there's a link here. This is the link if you want to buy it. Oh shit, I just closed that. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. If you want to buy a charming Ellen Jane, you use that link and send $25 to the PayPal account, and then you pick a topic of what you want your charming to be on. Wait, what does it say here? I do trust my path. I get impatient in letting world crap mess up my vibe sometimes. Exactly. But don't do that. I think now is the perfect time. Hey, don't start this now. Don't come in here and... Hey! Cut it out. You don't need to come in here and bathe him. Now is the perfect time to kind of get right with you and yourself while sort of everything else on the planet is kind of slowed down and closed down. You're welcome, Sarah. Did you take a picture of this? Just let me know so I can clear the board. And then I'll do Glenda's. You did? Okay, perfect. Alright, so let's put these away. See what's going on for Glenda Carlisle. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Will Glenda Carlisle Okay. I like the globe. We have the globe. So, and your question was travel related. That's a very good sign. It says also your dreams are attainable in the very center. Let's look at this really quick. We have an H. We have an E. We have a T. Oh shit, sorry. We have a T. We have an L. We have a V. We have an N. This is a lot of letters, guys. So I don't necessarily know this globe is going to roll, but that's okay. We'll just leave it. I know where it is in my mind. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, and 13, which would also be a 4. 4 is generally like boils down numerologically to a 4. So when I look at this, can I ask really quick, Glenda, are you traveling to see somebody romantically? Does that make sense? Just give me a yes or no. Because I feel like there's some romance happening in these charms. I don't know why. I think it's this double dice, this 2 here, right? On the red dice, which makes me think of like Valentine's and hearts. Sometimes this can make me think of anger, but it doesn't. This makes me feel like maybe we're going to see somebody significant or important. You also have we used to be on a plastic ring. 13 is my lucky number. Okay, good. I'll take that. This ring used to be a plastic ring. I cut the back off of it, the part that went around your finger. But this is always a reminder of being sort of childlike and having fun. But when I look at this makes me not only think of travel. There's these 2 dolphins. I've never noticed there's a dolphin under the water. That's interesting. But I always see these 2 dolphins, and that makes me think of coupling also, like them having fun, an opportunity. And this being near the sun. The sun is face down, which I don't necessarily see as a bad thing. This is a sunflower, but I use it as a sun. And to me, it makes me think of positivity. The sun card in tarot is usually always like energetic, affirming yes, that sort of thing. So when the question is, are we going to travel? I definitely get a yes, especially with this globe in here. There's definitely a positivity and there's a magic being worked around it. That's the unicorn. And then your dreams are attainable, and the center to me feels like all of these charms are kind of swirling around this. There feels like there's a lot of desire on this. That's the other reason why I feel like maybe this is not going to stay where I want it to, but whatever. This is that's why I also feel like maybe this is sort of like a romantic thing, or an opportunity to connect with somebody. Wait, let me see. No, but much love is involved. Okay. Very, very important. My granddaughter is pregnant with a miracle baby. She was told she would never get pregnant. Well, we have a baby here, dear. You do have the baby. So, are you going to see your granddaughter? Because you could be traveling for the baby. Are you going? Wait a second. Where are you planning on traveling, Glenda? Because I have a feeling, let's see what this charm is too. This says protected, right? It is face down, but I don't think that it's a bad thing that it's here. I think that every charm, even when they're face down, it means that the principles are here of that charm. So this is reminding you that you are protected, even though you may not always feel it. Like if there's things that make you nervous about this trip and you're like, oh, it may not happen, it may not happen. Don't allow those fears to come in. That's why it's flipped over, is because you might be entertaining fears or worries when actually all your dreams are really attainable, and you need to just kind of keep infusing them with positivity and magic. That's this sort of unicorn. I feel like he's running around this circle here, kind of trying to keep the magic flowing. I think that if you want to stay for an extended period of time, I also think that that's a positive too. Like that's very possible. January 10th in Texas. It's funny that this baby shows up here, because the baby is kind of a little bit in the future. So it's sort of like, as we sort of keep this positive idea, this focus on love, on cutting loose or playing, being around those that you love. There is an opportunity definitely for travel. There's an opportunity. I think, honestly, you could do whatever you want. If you wanted to stay longer and extend the stay, I think that that's highly possible too. It's going to be up to you. You need to remember that you get to make that sort of choice. You have to put those, like, that belief in place. You also have the key down here, and this is in the far future. And to me, this is also what I would consider the subconscious mind. So I feel like there's some opportunity that's going to be unlocking later in the future. Hey, Marge, how are you? That, how do I want to say this? Like, I'm not so sure that, sorry, my dog's snoring now. She's underneath the desk. I'm not so sure how, like, you might be staying longer than you think. This key makes me think that you might stay longer than even, like, you're already considering staying? I don't know. Some sort of, like, something, I feel really good about this key, it being in the subconscious. It feels like opportunities, doors, those kind of things, previous barriers to you that maybe hindered you are no longer going to be a hindrance to you. And if we're asking this question around the potential for traveling, then there may be some sort of opportunity in all of this that allows you to really sort of flourish. Well, good. I think that remain positive and keep an open mind, and know that, like, everything is possible as long as you sort of keep focused on them positively, right? That's my feeling. Oh my god, my dog is just sawing logs. I'm sorry, guys. I love how I just move in here and she has to come in here to sleep. She was just sleeping in the bed with me earlier, and she has to move in here because I'm in here. She's so loud. There's sometimes she gets so loud that I have to, like, shake her to wake her up because I can't hear the TV. So does that make sense, Glenda? I hope it does. thunder. Well, I hope we get rain. I could use some rain. So good. It'd be so good to get some rain. I will. Thank you. And let me know if you want a picture of this. Or if you got a picture of a screenshot. Sometimes people like to screenshot stuff. Let us know if you actually end up traveling. Where in Texas, Glenda? All right, Ellen, let me just double check and make sure that it went through. Thank you for sending over payment, Glenda and Ellen, and oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Who bought the first one? Sarah. I don't have the payment yet. Hold on, let me refresh the screen. Ellen, I don't see a payment from you. Oh my God, my dog. Tallulah. Oh, Houston, okay. That's about 3 hours south of me. Or no, southeast of me. Oh, you got it. Okay, perfect. Ellen, I don't see the payment. Huh. Oh my God, my cat dog is just like going to town. Oh, you're checking, okay. Oh my God, she is just the worst. Hey Lisa, how are you? Oh, I'm outside of Dallas. So I'm about an hour and 15 minutes southeast of Dallas and about 3 hours away from Houston. Three hours, I guess, northwest of Houston, sort of. I'm kind of in between Dallas and Houston in the like sticks. Oh, I hear thunder. I hope we get rain. That would be so good. My yard needs it. I'm all caught up on Big Brother except for tonight's episode, Lisa. So you can talk about Big Brother now. Yeah, and like, I guess California's getting a ton of thunder, which is really weird because that's not something that's normal. Thunder and lightning right now. Yeah, it was. Hold on, I'll switch cameras really quick. I thought this is my take. I don't know. Sorry, guys. We talk about Big Brother sometimes on Sundays if there's not too many people buying Charmings. This is my take on it. I feel like Kevin is being so weird. Like he's acting like an injured animal right out of the gate. I don't like it. He's got such a boisterous and funny personality that I wish he felt more confident because he's in a, like I was talking to Andrew about it, he's in like a pool of sharks. If he's not careful, they will smell the blood and come around and just throw him right out of the game. They'll just elect him because he's an easy out, like he's an easy nomination. So walking around all like, like it's just weird. I'm like, Kevin, come on. I don't know. And then the other thing that I find really interesting is nobody is talking about Danny Donato being back in the house, and Danny is a threat. Like Janelle, we all know is a threat. She's one of the best players ever, and I'm excited to watch her play again, like super excited. But Danielle is a threat, like, and nobody's talking about her. She is flying way low under the radar, and I don't know. I watched, like, I got caught up on episodes late last night, and I was like, kind of every time I saw Danny, I was like, oh, I forgot Danny's in the house. She'll tear shit up if people aren't careful. I mean, she's a really good player. She's really savvy. I'm good, Deanna. How are you? Just have your calm. My people are all bulldogs, so if they had opposable thumbs, they could actually pick up the phone, but they can't. So they just bark across the yard, basically. So can your people understand Barkanese? What are you doing? Why are you sniffing on my leg? Huh? I wish you guys could see my dog underneath here. It's saying it's sent. I don't show it. And you use the button in there, the PayPal link in the link tree, Ellen? Because I have my PayPal open now, and it's not showing it. Let me look. I feel like I'm looking at all activity. I see Sarah's payment. I see Glenda's payment. I don't show it as of yet. Is it a check payment? Sometimes. It's not showing me as having been paid yet. Let me check my email and see if I got an email notification. Oh, it shows it here. Ellen Rucker, right? Is that you? I got an email about it. So Ellen, I think I did get it, and it just doesn't show you on my PayPal list for some reason. Not yet, at least. It will in a minute. But I do have an email showing that you did pay, dear. All right, so we're just doing, what are we doing for your reading? Just future? Sorry to use your name, Ellen. I shouldn't have used your last name on camera like that. I mean, I hope you don't mind. I didn't even think about it, but usually sometimes people want their privacy. Okay, and then you just wanted, what did you want me to read on? Future. All right, let's see what's going on. I'm going to switch cameras really quick. Okay, let me put the chat back up. Future. All right, so let's get this. Okay, good. Everything sort of slid towards your future. So you have an E, an O, and an S. So this totals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4. 4 seems to be a theme of the night. Let me see here. What do we have going on here? Ellen, it's interesting to me. I'm kind of looking at these charms and I get this funny feeling, and this is not something I normally get from a charming, but I'm going to just explain it to you. I feel like there is something going on with your health. And the reason why that is you have the health charm right here in the center next to the teapot, which usually reminds me of home, right? This is sort of the the symbol for that doctors use, with the catechus or whatever they call it, the two snakes wrapped around the wings. And so I wonder if there's something that's going on with your health right now that you might be focused on a little bit. And I don't think that it's major or huge. If there's not something going on, I just feel like there might be, and it might be affecting your home life, right? That's why the teapot's sort of upside down. It feels like right now we're working on fixing this. When I look at these two charms, I kind of feel like this is what we're addressing in the now. And then in the future, we have all of these charms, and I feel like they're literally spilling forth from this dragonfly up in here, and this would be the higher mind. But when the higher mind comes into play, and this dragonfly, I don't know why, but I get this funny vibe that this is like spirit. And spirit is dumping all of this stuff down to you. Like, I almost feel like when I'm looking at these charms, and this is not normal for a charming, but I feel like either this is your higher self or this is your higher guides kind of dropping down these blessings of charms into your future present time space, okay? And I don't know why, but that's kind of the flow of how I'm feeling the charms flowing. So we have here, this is just like the El Nino charm, or like the little spiritual child. He represents a child, and he's face down. I'm not sure what he represents in this, but the key to me is also, it always signifies like overcoming of obstacles, opening of doors, passing through to different phases, the closing of chapters, that kind of a thing. It gives me that sort of a vibe. And then we have the Cancer charm, or the crab, which would be more about nurturing energy, kind of mothering oneself, caring for oneself. It can be about emotions. It can be very emotional energy. I kind of feel like it being flipped over might say that there might be some sort of blocks or resistance around your emotions that you might need to sort of deal with. And they might come at you or be coming at you until you face them and flip this crab over. Crabs also, the sign of Cancer, can also be very moody in that way, you know, or emotional and feel kind of up and down and tumultuous. And in an effort to maybe keep things even keel here, we've kind of maybe put that away for right now. I feel like there's an opportunity where our own higher self, or our spirit, right, which is this represented in this dragonfly, it's dropping down the keys or the opportunities for us to address some of this stuff and have this stuff back coming into the future. And then we get to this, we have the swan underneath here, which is always a symbol of grace, right? That idea of just beauty and grace and family, that kind of a thing. It's also flipped over. I think that there's an opportunity to regain that moving into the future. And then this says, to get through the hardest journey and continue living, we need to take only one step at a time, but we must keep stepping. And this is on a very deep green stone. To me, this signifies healing, and that's why, another reason why I kind of feel like maybe there is something going on medically, or something that you've maybe been addressing. And this could be not only physical health, this could be mental health, this could be just something where you're trying to make things feel more stable or more at peace. And I think that you will get there, right? That's what this is about. We're not quite there yet because there might have been some initial fear around this. So I'm going to flip that over. We have love down here on this certainty blue, which I like this. This is down in your higher mind. You're not quite there yet, but I think that this is coming very soon. This is not only self-love, I feel like, coming up from your subconscious towards yourself, but this is also maybe emanating from you towards others. The opportunity for the possibility for love could be here too, if you're not already romantically linked up with somebody. This ball player also makes me think that there could be a male suitor ready to play the game, so to speak. So if you are single, I don't want to like tell you to like wait around for this relationship to show up, but there is this possibility of it. But I think that There's this healing that's taking place for yourself. Wait, what's she saying? Hold on. Have a child away without contact. Could health be spouse? I'm not sure. I just feel like this is somebody, like, it's affecting the home. Does that make sense? And it's like something that you're focused on. So to me, it feels like it would be something that you'd be focused on that would be surrounding. It could be the health of your home. If there's something going on with the home. Bye, Glenda. But I feel like as we take the steps to change it, we get to open ourselves up to how we feel about it and start to make those changes and base ourselves in a space of more healing and working towards whatever it is that we want. This is my symbol for Aquarius. This is in the far future. I don't know if it's significant of the sign of Aquarius. It could be just the idea of expansion, that element of air, the intellect, our thoughts getting right, our feelings getting right in this crab sign here, and then we have Aquarius here, so our mind is matching our emotions. And then we have, this is sort of Vishnu, right? This is like the Indian god. He's one of the gods that is in my charm box. The fact that he's upside down, I don't know, this makes me feel like maybe something in the past has been kind of off or wonky. Maybe we've come through a situation that we couldn't feel like we could control. Tallulah, you're snoring really loud. Hey! Tallulah, wake up! Tallulah, I know you hear me. See how she's gotten quiet? She stopped snoring, but she acts like she's still asleep. She doesn't lift her head and acknowledge me. She's quieted down. She'll be snoring again in a minute. So to me, this feels like maybe some sort of situation that was kind of pretty bad. Because I don't know why, but when I look at this charm, I feel like, why would God do this to us, is the question that I'm hearing. Like maybe there's been some sort of hardship or something that somebody's gone through that's been really tough for the family to deal with, this would be more in the past. It's still kind of lingering in the background. It's not necessarily something that we're dealing with immediately right now. We're kind of allowing it to kind of drift off towards the past. But it is still this sort of big question of, why did this happen, is sort of the feeling that I get from this charm when I look at it. I don't know what that would be in your life, or if that fits anywhere in your life in the recent past where it's been, and I feel like it would be fairly significant. It may not be something that affected you directly, but you might have had to watch somebody else go through something where it felt very unfair. That makes sense to you? Okay, good. Thank you, Ellen. But this is something that I think that you still have never lost your connection sort of to God or to the understanding of that, but it sort of feels like you're like, oh damn, why does that have to happen, right? But I like this. I love this sort of stream that's coming down out of the charms into the future. Like I feel like this is really truly your higher self, and quite possibly those that are in spirit that are around you that are trying to bestow you with gifts and opportunities to kind of grow both emotionally, mentally, in your own sort of, with your own grace and the own ability to kind of set things right, right? And I think that you will be able to. I think that all of this is sort of, if you're struggling with anything right now around health or home, that sort of thing, these things will right themselves as you believe that you can right them and start taking the steps to doing them. That's what this is all about. To get through the hardest journey and continue living, we need to take only one step at a time, but we must keep stepping, is what this says. So to me, the belief in that for you, as you move into the future, is going to be strong, even when you feel like maybe you can't step, or you feel like, oh, there's too many things in my way, I don't have the freedoms that I used to have, or whatever your belief system is right now. You need to sort of set that aside and just keep doing what's right in front of you, and you're going to get there. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. God, she's so loud. loud. She just moved like 3 feet away and she's still just as loud as ever. A lot of issues the past couple of years. I think it's going to get easier though. You just have to sort of feel your way through some of it and allow yourself the opportunity to kind of get that back in a way. And I feel like whatever maybe you've lost or been putting off or not been kind of feeling or allowing yourself because you might have other responsibilities that you need to take care of, that sort of thing, as you start to open up those, opportunities. I really see these charms as opportunities to kind of address you, or you haven't felt like you can deal with them for fear of, losing track or whatever. Now is a good time to be able to sort of address those things one step at a time. That's this green charm here, but it will bring about a change and an opportunity to kind of feel more positive and more balanced. And definitely more based in love and the certainty of that, right? And so we're playing the game, even if, say, this is not a significant other coming our way, we're playing the game of life from a position where we're more based in love and available, like stable and ready to deal with everything that's going on around us. That's kind of the feeling that I get from these charms. So do you need to take a picture of this charm board? Well, then that's a good sign. I also feel like that dragonfly feels like it's spirit around you, Ellen. So I don't know how many people that you might have that are past that are significant to you, but I feel like that is not necessarily, that could be your higher self or your own higher spirit self, right? But I also feel like that could be loved ones around you that are on the other side, that are around you, trying to give you opportunities to sort of change and grow, sending you signs that are going to lead you to the right places. Is the kind of the vibe that I'm getting from that dragonfly. I feel like that dragonfly is significant to this charming. Because it feels like everything sort of dwindled, like spins off of that dragonfly down into the future. The letters sometimes mean things and sometimes not, so it's really up to you. Like, it's CO, it could be CO, like, I don't know if you have a connection to Colorado, like CO is the Colorado state, or it could be I don't know, like you can mix these around. Do you know anybody with the initial CO or OC? And I'm using C as an SEE as in the letter C, right? But it doesn't, do you come from Orange County? Like, I don't know. You kind of have to, sometimes they spell out things that are really weirdly accurate. I've seen them spell out people's initials, people's names. But sometimes when I don't know what they mean, I'll use the numbers just as a numerological value. So this comes to number 4. So sometimes they have representation. It's really up to the person being read. Oh my God, Tallulah. That is really loud. Oh, the cats are fighting in the other room. Go get the cats. Go get the cats. Go on. Go stop that bullshit. There we go. That'll keep them busy for a minute. Yeah, I mean, they don't necessarily have to mean anything. The number 4 is always about stability in my mind. When I work with tarot and stuff like that, it's always about finding stability. So 4s can represent the idea of, making things stable. And if there is stuff from the past, maybe you're just now reaching that level of stability. Right now, we're in a 4 year. When you think of 2020 and you take 2020, it's 2 and 2. Basically, which is a 4 year ultimately, and we're definitely creating stability through going through major bouts of instability right now, right? So we're trying to restabilize ourselves in 2020, which I don't know that we will, but we're definitely dealing with lots of things that are undermining our stability currently in the world, so that we can hopefully get to a better place of stability. That's how I see it. I wouldn't worry about this. I'm not sure. This is just a religious symbol. So, I mean, don't worry about it. It's just a small child symbol. And just because something's turned over does not mean it's a negative or bad thing. It just means that it's maybe not being accessed or not being seen or addressed. If there's any relationship to children or issues surrounding children, this could also be, a child from the other side. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what that charm represents in your life. To me, it's sort of hanging out here up in the higher mind next to the dragonfly. So it might be something significant to you. I don't feel any danger from it or any upset, like there's something, horrible about it. I just think that it's up there. It's certainly a spiritual charm in the sense that it came from a church and it's a little saint of a small child. And I think it's called El Nino. No, that's Santo Nino. I was thinking that it was, let me see. That's Santo Nino. That's a different one. This one is, no, maybe I might be mistaking him with Santo Nino. Because I got him in Mexico. I'm trying to figure out what he is. It might be an adult child. Is it your child, maybe, Ellen? Are you having struggles with a child of your own that you maybe aren't in communication with right now, that might need to sort of be not changed, but I kind of feel like this being up here speaks to the opportunity, because remember, these were all upside down, right? If there's emotions around this strange relationship with this child, then this key is unlocking all of these charms moving into the future. So if you have some sort of an estranged relationship with a child that may be an adult now, right? There might be opportunity to heal that. That would be how I would interpret this, for sure. Because you also have the grace charm of the swan, and swans are very familial animals, right? They're very protective and familial, and they represent grace, right? And so when I'm thinking about this being like sort of the mother, Cancer is very much a mothering, nurturing sign. And the symbol of the crab would be about mothering and nurturing ourselves, but also feeling through our emotions and that sort of stuff. So that would also tie back to this child symbol, right? So if there's a relationship that maybe isn't quite right or maybe needs healing, relationship of the home, we've got that doctor symbol in the home. This might be a significant thing that might be coming up because you asked about the future. There might be opportunities to heal your emotions around it and to gain some, I don't know, maybe a better or clearer perspective so that you guys can actually come back together. if that's something that you want. I don't want to be predicting for you and saying, oh, that's what you should do or shouldn't do. You get to make that decision for yourself. But I think that there's the opportunity for that. I can certainly see that in these charms. But I don't think this means that they're in any harm or anything like that. I think that it's just that it being flipped over is maybe they're like not speaking to you or for whatever reason. But the fact that they're showing up on the charm board speaks to the idea that there might be an opportunity for that door to open next to that key, with that key, right? And just keep taking those steps towards that, right? If that's what you want, if that would be something that would bring you healing and also help them, then that's something that's for the highest good of all. And that should always be the intention. If you base it from this place of love, right, with this sense of grace and nurturing of yourself first and taking care of yourself and allowing, yourself this process, I think that there's an opportunity for things to come back together. All right, so do you have a screenshot of this? And I would also trust like sort of the spirit that's around you to help guide you through these things if they feel tough or difficult or overwhelming. And your own spirit can be trusted in your own intuition in this. That's also the Cancer symbol too. Like using your emotions as a sort of intuitive guide. But you have to kind of honor them and acknowledge them and open the door to them. That's how we flip that crab over. Just by sitting with them, Ellen. That's what this charm here says, is by taking the steps. To get through the hardest journey and continue living, we need to take only one step at a time, but we must keep stepping. So in other words, don't stress yourself out about it. Don't tell yourself you don't know. Trust yourself, trust your higher self, trust your guides, trust the angels around you. Pray to whatever God that you need to pray to if you believe in a God. Or pray to your own higher self for guidance. This guidance is going to come forward and come to you through, opportunities to kind of face maybe how you're feeling, where you're denying your feelings, and addressing those things and bringing those things back into your life. But don't sort of stress about it or worry yourself or believe that you don't know how to do something, because you're just going to set it further away from you than it already is. And you don't want that. Base everything in love, you'll know how to play the game. All right, so did you get a screenshot? I think you did. I'm not sure if you're saying yes or... You're welcome, Ellen. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I think that is it for tonight. Thank you, everybody who bought a charming. I really appreciate it. I will be here next Sunday night. Keep an eye out for me. If you want, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Use the Linktree link to subscribe to my YouTube channel or to follow my business page. Or you can join the Angel Guys group and find me there. What else? If you're interested in a private reading, you can message me at the Angel Guys business page. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to those that bought readings. For those of you that watch the daily forecast, thank you for tuning in every day. And I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll be back on in the morning for the daily forecast. And tomorrow's reading is really good. I was really surprised. I'm kind of really surprised. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go lay back down with the snoring dogs. All right, have a good night, you guys. Bye.